cycle means business cycle means what? It is the ups and downs in the businesses. Means what? In certain times, what will happen? There will be excess supply into the market, but demand will be not there. Or in other cases, there will be excess demand into the market, but there will be the shortage of supply. Or second thing is that there is the excess supply is also available, demand is also available, but person does not have a money to purchase it. Third thing is that there is the fourth thing is that there is the huge amount of money with the individual, but mm, uh, due to inflation, the person is not going to purchase this product. Getting this? So business cycle goes through various stages. So one is called as a recession, other will be recovery, next is boom condition. So due to which what will happen? Economic equilibrium will not be settled, or economic equilibrium will not be maintained. So that here we have to find some solutions over the business cycles, due to which net national income will increase day by day. Otherwise, what will happen? Whatever is the country's income, net national income, it will be used, or it will be utilized for maintain the imbalances. Getting this? So in the last lecture, we have studied about the recession as well as recovery. Recession means what? Where production falls, employment falls, income falls, and sales falls. So due to which recession has occurred. And recovery means what? Where production rises. When production rises, at that time, automatically what will happen? You have to automatically employment can also rise. Due to a rise in employment, income can also rise, and accordingly sales can also rise. So this is the recovery condition. So we had seen in the last lecture, that is the recession stage and recovery stage. So economic factors of country, microeconomic and macroeconomic factors of country are also responsible for the recession and recovery period. During boom condition, country has to maintain some monetary policies as well as some of the regulatory policies. Getting this? So here, these monetary policies as well as some fiscal policies of the country also affect on these recession and recovery policies, recovery phases. Getting this? So we had seen that where expansion ends, at that point recession will starts. So recession is the position at which every businesses has to control their expenses, because sale is not going to increase, profit is not going to increase, or turnover is not going to increase, where each and every organization has to keep control on the expenses, because your income will be fixed and your expenses will be not controlled, where you have to focus to control on expenses. This is something about recession stage. Recovery in the recovery stage, what will happen? There will be the slow increase in the demand of your products. So due to increase in the demand, you will extend your production level, you can extend your supply, and accordingly what will happen? Gradually you will increase your sale and you will increase your production level. So in this way you can expand. First you will recover whatever was your earlier position, and once you got a good recovery position, then you can expand your activities. So that also we had studied in the last lecture. Then there are two economic terminologies which are utilized or used in the economics. First is the multiplier and accelerator. मल्टीप्लायर यानी क्या है कि जो हम लोग मैथमेटिक्स पे जो मल्टीपल यूज करते हैं ना, दैट इज द मल्टीप्लायर. मल्टीप्लायर इज रेफर्स टू द phenomenon where the change in the injection of expenditure. What kind of expenditure? Change in the injection of expenditure, or change in the investment, government expenditure, or any kind of export expenditure, which will lead to proportionately larger change, or multiple change in the level of national income. Means what? Whenever we are making expenses or changes in the expenses, government expenditure, and investment. And whenever we will increase our exports, at that time it will lead to change our national income. Due to this parameter, our national income will go up. Okay, so that, what is that multiple? So this multiplier is the variable, or this is the some value with respect to change in one variable. This other variable can also change by the same or that particular multiple. For example, 9 to 2%, 3%, or 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, getting this. So this 10 is called as a multiple. Expenditure, for example, if I made the changes in the expenditure by 10%, तो मेरा नेशनल इनकम कितने परसेंट से या कितने परसेंट से चेंज होने वाला, दैट इज नथिंग बट मल्टीपल. So in economics you can use the multiplier to measure the changes in one parameter to other parameter. दो पैरामीटर में कितना चेंज हो. एक पैरामीटर एक्सपेंसेस, एडवर्टीजमेंट करने के बाद, एडवर्टीजमेंट में खर्चा करने के बाद सेल कितने से चेंज हो गया, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So this 5 times is called as a multiplier. So here, to find out the growth of economy, to find out the changes in the economy, we use the multiplier in economics. That is there. अभी देखिए मल्टीप्लायर में दो वेरिएबल्स होते हैं. वो फर्स्ट वेरिएबल इज नथिंग बट योर एडवर्टीजमेंट एक्सपेंसेस, एंड अदर वेरिएबल विल बी योर सेल वैल्यू और सेल अमाउंट. 1 लाख का एक्सपेंडिचर करने के बाद एडवर्टीजमेंट के ऊपर मेरा सेल कितने से बढ़ गया, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, that is the multiplier. Means what, here you are just comparing two variable. Now accelerator यानी क्या है कि here we have to consider 3 variables. The accelerator principle states that changes in the level of current income. Current income जब change होता है तो it leads to change in the output of consumer goods. तो consumer goods का भी output automatically change होता है. Means what, जब लोगों का income बढ़ता है तो क्या होता है, demand बढ़ती है. Getting this? तो these are the two variables. और तीसरा variable, और लोगों का demand बढ़ने से क्या होता है, which will lead proportionately greater or accelerated changes in the output of capital. तो लोगों का डिमांड बढ़ने से क्या होता है, कंपनी का इन्वेस्टमेंट बढ़ाना पड़ेगा टू सैटिस्फाई द डिमांड. सो करंट income of the person, current income of the individual multiply, or it will use to multiply the consumer goods. और consumer goods increase होने से क्या होता है, capital goods increase. That is something about accelerator. So consumer goods works as an accelerator to go for capital goods. Getting this? So here we have to find out the relationship between consumer goods and accelerator goods. Consumer goods का डिमांड जितने से बढ़ेगा उतने अमाउंट से, तो accelerate क्या करता है, to accelerate the capital goods, which is the important parameter. So important parameter is the consumer goods. Here we have considered 3 variables. One variable is the income of the individual, which leads to the, or which will be used as a multiplier to the consumer goods, and due to increase in the consumer goods there will be the increase in the capital goods. That is called as an accelerator. So these are the two economic terminologies we will use in economics whenever you wanted to measure the growth of economy or decrease in the economy. We can measure with the help of by using multiplier and accelerator. Now last article from our syllabus is theories of business cycle. अभी हम लोगों ने business cycle देखे कि business cycle यानी क्या है, ups and downs in the businesses. अब business में ऊपर नीचे जो position होते हैं, that is something about business cycles. So business cycles theories has defined under 5 categories. First is the pure monetary theory. Second is monetary over investment theory. Third is Schumpeter's theory of innovations. Next is the Keynes theory. And last is the Samuelson's model of multiplier accelerator. So these are the 5 models which will be defined for business cycle. So just try to understand business cycle is nothing but your ups and downs. It may be inflation, it may be recession, it may be your recovery phase, or it may be your expansion phase. So these are the various phases of business cycle. So this business cycle has been defined by 5 theories. So first theory is called as a pure monetary theory. Now this pure monetary theory states that the business cycle is a result of changes in the monetary and credit market condition. जैसे monetary policies, monetary changes होते हैं market में, या there are certain types of credit changes. Credit changes means what? Credit given to the customers, credit given by the suppliers due to changes into credit policies as well as monetary policies of the economy. This will affect on the business cycles, due to which business can boom, business can go for recession as well. Okay, so here to go business boom position or at recession position or recovery position, monetary policies and credit market conditions of the market that they affect. So outrage, this is the name of economy, the main supporter of this thing. Someone's mic is on. Just please make it off. Shubham Mane. make your mic off.
Sorry, sir.
So, yeah, we were studying about the pure monetary theory. So pure monetary theory explains that due to changes in monetary policy of the country, monetary policy means what? Ups and downs in the interest rate, ups and downs in the, for example, repo rate and reverse repo rate of the government, then ups and downs in the certain types of credit policies. This can also affect on the business cycle. This is the opinion of Outre. The Outre is the main supporter of this theory. He advocated that business cycles are continuous phases of the inflation and deflation. ये business में हमेशा चालू रहता है. Inflation, deflation, growth, recovery, or ups and downs, booms or depression. So these are the various stages. They are continuously showing their existence into the business cycle. ये इसका कहना है. According to him, changes in the economy takes place due to the changes in the flow of money. Money का means what? Supply and demand of money कैसा है? Accordingly, interest rate can going to change. Interest rate will be going to change. So due to changes in the interest rate, again, market price of shares will also show its effects. So how much available money is there? How much money is circulating into economy? So this affect on your business cycle. This is the opinion of Outre. When there is an increase in the money supply will be in the form of investors' money or in the form of foreign direct investment. If there is the excess of money into the market, at that time also it affect on the market, on the business cycle. If there is the availability, shortage of money, shortage of capital in the market, that time also it will show effect on the business cycles. So when there is increase in the money supply, there would be increase in the prices, profits and total output. Okay, जब लोगों के पास पैसा होता है तभी जाके क्या होता है, ऑटोमेटिकली प्राइस विल इंक्रीज as well as output will also increase. So paisa यानी capital, getting this. So due to having income or in the form of income or in the form of capital, automatically profit will be generated. Total output of our production level we can increase if we have sufficient capital, and due to having excess income we will spend more, so automatically demand will increase. So this is about pure monetary theory. So pure monetary theory tells about the monetary policies and money activities or cash activities. So this results in the growth of the economy. तो इससे monetary policy अगर favorable रहेगा तो economy की growth होगी. So there is the proper circulation of money in the economy. It leads to the growth of economy. Then fall in money supply. अगर money supply यानी capital supply का अगर fall होता है, शॉर्टेज होता है, it will result in the decrease in the sale. अगर कैपिटल कम हो गया तो मेरा सप्लाई कम हो जाएगा, सप्लाई कम हो जाएगा तो मेरा प्रॉफिट कम हो जाएगा एंड मेरा टोटल आउटपुट भी कम हो जाएगा. सो इट विल लीड टू द डिक्लाइन इन द इकोनॉमी. तो इसमें इससे क्या हो जाएगा, सो मार्केट का मेरा जो कंडीशन है, मेरा जो सप्लाई हो कम हो जाएगा. दैट्स व्हाई I will not generate that much of profit whatever I have expected. That's why it will leads to the depression stage. So this is first theory of business cycle, pure monetary theory. So this theory depends upon availability of cash, availability of money, and availability of monetary policy prepared by the RBI, that is the central bank. Getting this? This is about the monetary theory. Next theory is the monetary over investment theory. Here over investment theory monetary over investment theory mainly focus on imbalance between actual and desired investment, and whatever in my actual investment will be different and my expected investment will be different. Okay, so this theory tries to tell us how to maintain the equilibrium between your actual investment and desired investment. My desired investment, maybe I wanted to make the investment of 1 lakh rupees, but I don't have 1 lakh rupees. At that time, my actual investment may be 50,000. Getting this? So how to make the equilibrium between this actual investment and desired investment? And due to these differences between these two investment, this also affect on my business cycles. मैं 1 लाख रुपए इन्वेस्टमेंट करना चाहता था बिजनेस में, लेकिन मुझे उतना इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं मिला. तो 1 लाख का दैट वाज माय डिजायर्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट. So through this 1 lakh, I wanted to purchase machinery, or I wanted to hire the laborers, I wanted to expand my production. But in spite of this 1 lakh rupees, I only raised 50,000 rupees. So within that 50,000, I have to manage my resources. Getting this? So this monetary over investment theory suggests about how to balance the equilibrium between your actual investment and desired investment. Some of the times my actual investment may be equal to desired investment, or actual investment may be greater than or less than my desired investment. So according to this theory, the actual investment is much higher than desired investment. It may happen. कभी-कभी ये ज़्यादा भी हो सकती है, कभी-कभी कम भी हो सकती है. This theory was given by the economist Hayek. According to him, the investment and consumption patterns of the economy should match with each other to bring the economy at equilibrium. Consumption patterns और इन्वेस्टमेंट पैटर्न्स इकोनॉमी के एक दूसरे को मैच होना चाहिए, तभी जाके क्या हो जाएगा, एक्चुअल इन्वेस्टमेंट और डिजायर्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट एक जगह पे आता है, सिमिलर होते हैं, इक्विलिब्रियम पोजीशन पे होते हैं, तो इकोनॉमी विल आल्सो go through the equilibrium position. Okay, for stabilizing the equilibrium, the voluntarily saving should be equal to actual investment in the economy. तो एक्चुअल सेविंग जो होता है लोगों को, वॉलंटरली सेविंग, वो बढ़ाना चाहिए. और वो कितना होना चाहिए, एक्चुअल इन्वेस्टमेंट कंट्री इकोनॉमी में कितना इन्वेस्टमेंट हम लोगों को एक्चुअल लगता है, और उसके साथ वो मैच होना चाहिए, तभी जाके वो दैट एक्चुअल इन्वेस्टमेंट विल आल्सो अफेक्ट ऑन द बिजनेस साइकिल. सो दिस इज द सेकंड थ्योरी, मॉनेटरी ओवर इन्वेस्टमेंट. ओवर इन्वेस्टमेंट मींस व्हाट? हियर if we are investing more, if you are save amount more, at that time this will be go to the bank, and this whatever bank is collecting in the form of deposit, same amount will be lended to the businessman for the investment purpose. So this is the second theory. Third theory is the Schumpeter's theory of innovation. So this is the again economist who has focused on the innovations. So this economist advocates that the business innovations are the responsible for rapid changes in the investment and the business fluctuations. जब कभी business में innovations आता है, तभी जाके investment बढ़ती है, और तभी जाके business में fluctuations होते हैं, ups and downs होते हैं. This is the opinion of this economist. So he has been focused on the innovations. Innovation leads for the investment and business fluctuations. This is the opinions of this economist. So business cycles are almost exclusively the result of innovations and industrial and commercial organizations. Innovations in the industrial and commercial organizations. Okay, so these innovations leads the business fluctuations, and this innovations also leads to the investment. This is the opinion. So innovation consists of primarily changes in the method of production. कहाँ पे innovations है? Production में innovations है, transportation में innovations है, or changes in the industrial policies. Then opening of new market. So these are the certain kinds of innovations which leads to the business fluctuations, or due to which business cycle can also change. According to him, innovations refers to an application of new techniques of production or new machinery or new concept to reduce the cost. So where we are doing the innovations in the production policies, then your purchase policies, then your expansion, then your cost cutting policies, where you can apply new techniques or you can adopt some of the innovations. If there are the innovations happening in the organization, in the economy, automatically business cycle can also change. So innovations are the important part as per these economies to change the business cycle. Okay, so this, so just look, try to understand. So he has been focused on the innovations, innovations in the production policies, innovations into, for example, your technology, innovations in the research and development, production policies, selling and distribution, then expansion. So these are the innovations which leads to the business cycles, change in the business cycle. Next is the Kines theory. अभी Kines theory ने क्या बोला है कि अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट के ऊपर उसने फोकस किया है. This theory is the reply of Keynes to classical economists. According to classical economists, if there is the high unemployment condition, unemployment यानी रोजगार नहीं है in the economy, then economic forces such as demand and supply would act in the manner to bring back full employment. What he says, जो in case of high employment condition, the economy, at that time, due to high employment condition, some of the economic forces, कौन से economic forces like demand and supply, they will help to generate the employment condition, because due to increase in the demand and supply, automatically employment will be generated. So in this theory of business cycle, Keynes advocated that the total demand in the determination of various economic factors such as income, employment, and output, they will decide the income, or they will create the income of the people, employment of the people, and supply or the output generated or whatever units you have produced, says this will create the employment, and this employment also affect on the business cycles. The total demand refers to the demand of consumer and capital goods. So demand क्या है? So this total demand is the demand of consumer goods and demand of capital goods. Capital goods means what? Equities, preferences, loan. These are called as capital goods. Along with your fixed asset, these are also your capital goods. And your consumer goods means what? Your finished products. Getting this? So here, this is the opinion of Keynes theory. And last is Samuelson's model of multiplier accelerator interaction. Now, in this model, Samuelson has described the way the multiplier and accelerator interact with each other for generating income and increasing consumption of demand of the investment. So he has described the role of multiplier and accelerator with respect to generation of income or increasing the consumption and demand for the investments. Okay, so here some parameters, some variable he has been considered, which leads for the increasing the demand of the investment. He also describes how these two factors are responsible for creating economic fluctuations. What are the role of income? What is the role of demand of the investment? Getting this? How due to this, how these parameters are showing their fluctuations into the business cycles. Samuelson used two concepts, namely autonomous and derived investment. We have seen the autonomous investment, we have seen the induced investment. Induced investment is nothing but derived investment to explain this model. The last lecture we have studied the autonomous model and induced investment model. So autonomous model or autonomous investment refers to the investment due to exogenous factors such as new product, new technique, or new market. The derived investment refers to the increase in the investment of capital goods produced due to increase in the demand of consumer goods. So here autonomous investment is focusing on new product, production techniques, and new market, where derived investment is focusing on the capital goods and consumer goods. So these two investments also affect on the business cycle. So investment into capital goods and investment into the consumer goods leads to the business cycle changes. When autonomous investment occurs in an economy, income level will also increase. जब autonomous investment economy में आता है तो भी क्या होता है, income level लोगों का बढ़ता है, and automatically it will show effect on the business cycle. So these are the 5 models, 5 theories of business cycles. Okay. Now, if there are business cycles, if the business cycles are there at that time, what measures as an economy or what measures as a country I have to apply? So here first policy is to control the business cycle. I can make the changes into monetary policy. अभी monetary policy means क्या है? The central bank can practice the monetary measures to control the trade cycle. Trade cycle को control करने के लिए, inflation, depression, boom को control करने के लिए country as a RBI, as a central bank can prepare some of the monetary policies or trade cycles. The central bank during the inflation can increase the bank rate. Inflation में क्या करेगा? Bank rate increase करेगी. It leads to the higher interest rate in the money market, and it can also sell its securities for the public. If there is the inflation into the market at that time, by increasing the interest, by changing the interest rate, central bank can control the business cycle. Getting this? As a result, the excessive purchasing power of people can decreases. Due to change in the interest rate, people will not go for the investment, and automatically inflation will stop. To control the investment, RBI can also change some monetary measures or monetary cycles. It can also increase the cash reserve ratio. तो उसके हिसाब से क्या हो जाएगा? Purchasing power कम होने से cash reserve ratio जो होता है, which will also decrease. And it will reduce the credit creation of the commercial bank. Commercial banks का credit creation, cash reserve ratio decrease करेगा. Okay, so this is the first measure. Measure यानी what are the efforts which will use to control the business cycle. So first parameter or first measure is to changes in the monetary policy will decrease the or which will control the business cycle. Second is the fiscal policies or the fiscal measures. So Kenan's advocates fiscal measures to control the trade cycle. Fiscal यानी financial policies. पहला monetary policies हो गया. Monetary policy से क्या करते हैं? Monetary policy में changes क्या करेंगे? Interest rate change करेंगे, cash reserve ratio change करेंगे. So this will be controlled by the RBI. अभी fiscal policies यानी क्या है कि this will be political or economic policies of the country. So for example, budgetary measures, taxation policies, public expenditure, and public debts policies. If you make the changes into this kind of fiscal policies, that time also they will also control the business cycle. They will keep the control through the business cycle. हम लोग recovery रहेगा, inflation रहेगा, boom रहेगा, depression रहेगा, ये policy control करने के लिए by making the changes into the fiscal policies of the economy of the country, we can control the business cycle. Okay. So during the period of depression, the government should increase its expenditure and increase the aggregate demand. Depression position में क्या है? We don't have money. we don't have a power to purchase the product at that time, government can also make its investments into certain products or into certain uh, into certain sectors, and the government can generate the demand. So this is the fiscal measures to control the business cycle. Next is the price control. At the time of inflation, what is going to happen? Here, we can keep control on the prices or rising the prices. To control the inflation or to rising the prices, try to keep the control on the rising the prices, price control measures should be introduced. Means what? We will set the prices of the products. So these products price will be this and this. By keeping the control on the product, again I can control the boom condition. That means that price must be kept under check, so that government can also create some of the interventions in the prices of the products, and they can control the business cycles. Next is the price support. Next measure is the price support. So during the period of depression, prices will begin to fall. डिप्रेशन आ गया तो क्या हो जाएगा? पर्सन्स परचेसिंग पावर कम होने से क्या होता है? प्राइसेस, इफ देयर इज द नो डिमांड, ऑटोमेटिकली व्हाट विल हैपन? प्राइसेस decreases. Prices decrease, and to avoid this, price support policy should be adopted. Means what? Minimum price should be provided. Means what? In case of like milk, minimum price 60 rupees, 50 rupees, this should be supported or this should be fixed. Okay, so this will be control the depression period. If the prices falls below minimum level, government purchases all the goods at support prices in the market. So you can take the example of gas, you can take the example of milk, or you can take the example of any kind of basic products. वहां पे क्या होता है? Government will purchase the excess supply. Government will purchase excess supply with some minimum prices, and they will try to implement the equilibrium position into the market. So price support is the one of the measure to control the depression. Next is the reduction in the economic inequalities. Inequality यानी इकोनॉमिक इनबैलेंसेस है, वो रिडक्शन करेंगे यानी ओवर बैलेंस, इक्विलिब्रियम पोजीशन पे हम लोग लाएंगे. सो इनइक्वालिटी ऑफ इनकम शुड बी रिड्यूस्ड. मींस व्हाट? एक पर्सन है, उसका इनकम ज्यादा है और दूसरा पर्सन उसको इज नॉट able to fulfill his basic needs, ये भी प्रॉब्लम है. So we are going to reduce the inequalities of the income by giving the higher wages. So this can be done by raising the wage level and ensuring more equitable distribution of national income by increased taxation. So here what we will be doing, so we will increase the national income and we will utilize this national income with some respective areas where economic balances are there. जहाँ के इकोनॉमिक इनबैलेंसेस है, वहां पे हम लोग ज्यादा खर्चा करके, वहां पे हम लोग वहां की इकोनॉमी बूस्टअप करके हम लोग क्या करेंगे? बिजनेस साइकिल को कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं. एंड लास्ट इज द स्टेट कंट्रोल ओवर द इन्वेस्टमेंट. द गवर्नमेंट शुड control the private investment in order to prevent over improvement and thereby the boom. So here we can also keep control on the FDIs as well, foreign direct investment. By making the control into the foreign direct investment, demand and supply of money can be kept constant, or it will be kept at the equilibrium position. And due to these 6 parameters, we will keep control on business cycles. So first parameter we have studied, that is the monetary policies of the country. Second is the fiscal policies of the country. Third is the by keeping the price control on the prices. Then price support measures, reduction into economic imbalances across the economy. जो economic imbalance है वो हम लोग improve करेंगे. Getting this? And last is the state control over the investment. Means what? Here, by applying the rules on FDIs, controls on the FDIs, I can control the foreign money. Getting this? Or by relaxing the rules of FDI, I can borrow more money from foreign market. So these are the 5 parameters. Okay. So this is about our syllabus. So we have finished our entire syllabus, and in case of any doubt, you may ask me. Otherwise, we will stop here. I will share you PPT, and we will be in touch with each other. In case of any kind of doubts, you can WhatsApp me, or you can just put me message. We will clear your doubts. I don't know whether your examination is in online mode or offline mode, but my PPTs are sufficient to crack any kind of offline examination as well as online examination. So इसके बाहर का कुछ भी नहीं होगा. So I will share you PPT as well. In case of any doubts, any clarities, you can ask me right now, so that we will finish our session today. Yes. Any queries, any doubts?
Hello, sir.
Huh?
No doubts yet. We are having till unit 3 these PPTs, and
So,
only unit 4 and 5 we need.
yes, I will share you today.
Yes, sir. And our exams will be mostly online only.
Okay. So, in case of online mode, again, your theoretical concept should be very clear.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So, अगर ऑनलाइन एग्जामिनेशन है तो ये थेरीज वगैरह जिसमें है ना, ये बहुत यानी थियोरेटिकल कंसेप्ट बहुत क्योंकि जो मल्टीपल्स होते हैं, मल्टीपल जो क्वेश्चंस होते हैं ना, उसमें सिमिलर लगते हैं, ऑप्शंस जो होते हैं सिमिलर लगते हैं. That's why you should have to study very thoroughly.
Okay, sir. Do you have MCQs with you? Any previous MCQs?
I will check. I will
Okay, if
check.
you're having, then
Yes.
you share me on WhatsApp.
Yes, I will definitely share you.
Yes, sir.
Just post me your email ID. एक या दो स्टूडेंट का ईमेल आईडी और व्हाट्सएप नंबर भेजो, क्योंकि मैं मेरे मोबाइल में किसी का नंबर सेव नहीं किया है.
Okay, so I'm having your number.
Okay. I will share you. And all the best for your exams. In case of any doubts with respect to this syllabus, because this economics is the more technical. So in case of any doubt, you can ask me doubt. You have my number, na?
Yes, sir. I'm having.
Yeah, we will be in touch, and all the best for your exams. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Yes, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, we will be in touch.
Yes, sir.
Hello.